Hey everybody, welcome to Burkru Studios plays EU4 Mare Nostrum. Bob, how do we say this?
Mare Nostrum.
Mare Nostrum. Joined today by Bob from Maniacal Studios, who is going to help me pronounce things and stuff.
Oh man, that's a dangerous game. I don't know if you...
Oh yeah, it is.
Like my Polish game, I can do the German names pretty well, but I can't. Like I played Byzantium, I played Sweden, I played Poland. I butchered those names to no end.
Yeah, well, yeah, those are hard. When you start getting all the Z's and the C's and everything gets all
bunch of consonants back and forth, back to back. It's just like, how do I do this?
Silly U.S. people, we can't pronounce stuff like that.
We're so uncultured.
So we are in Mare Nostrum, which has lots of changes. If you go look at Ireland, there's now 9 provinces in Ireland, which I think is awesome, and that would be a cool playthrough sometime.
Are those all separate countries there too?
Except for the one owned by England. So yeah, there's now 8 Irish nations.
Very cool.
Which is pretty awesome. And there's actually, I think, an extra there's an extra province now in France, or maybe even 2. Cahors, I believe, is new, and I don't know if Bergerac and Saint-Ouen are new, and they've split Poitou up. I'm pretty sure Poitou used to go to the coast in France.
It did.
Yeah. And so there's like at least 3 new provinces in France, which is awesome. Madagascar's gone through a lot of changes, which we can't see right now. But
Central Africa too.
Oh, huge changes in Central Africa,
which we don't see yet, but I'm sure at some point probably play this playthrough we will.
So today we are playing 2 countries to help try and show everybody and just honestly play with, because I haven't even played but 5 minutes of the expansion yet. So I will be playing, Nemes will be playing Genoa, which is a merchant republic, so I get to play with that whole trade league thing. And then Bob, who are you playing?
I'm playing as Tunis, one of the Berber states.
Right, and they've got a new mechanic where they can now raid they can raid the coast for slaves and money, right?
Yes, exactly. So what happens is, as people may or may not be aware, there's a new resource in Mare Nostrum called sailors, and this is supposed to help alleviate some of the economic hardship you might have from keeping a fleet around. So you actually buy your ships, in addition to a cash sum, also with sailors. So you have to have sailors in order to staff a navy. So what I can do as a Berber state, being Tunis, is I can raid coastal provinces for sailors and the loot in a province, which I'll show you here in probably just a moment on my screen. But there's going to be a loot bar on any province you select in the top left-hand corner of that screen that pops up. So I can take the money that's there. So it doesn't come directly out of a nation's coffers like I originally thought it did, which is good, because otherwise it'd be a pretty broken mechanic, because you just bankrupt Spain, Portugal, Aragon, France, just over and over.
Like you do.
So yeah, I'm going to play as Tunis, and we're going to see how we do. This is actually my first play as a Muslim nation.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
So just kind of opening move style activities here. So I have already been rivaled by Hungary, Provence, Mantua, and Circassia. Circassia is not a big shock, given my holdings in over on the Black Sea there. So I am going to rival. Oh, and now by Tunis, of course. So I will rival. Who will I rival? I'm trying to think who I'm going to want land from. Provence is not a bad idea.
You're looking at your conquest already?
Well, I just want to, because you can't set rivals, but for a certain amount of time, right? I'm trying to figure out where that play is going to come from. So Provence is rival to Brittany, the Papal State, and me. Savoy is right next door. Milan is right next door. There's interesting things afoot. So, all right. Well, there's tons of new stuff in here that we're going to have fun with. The espionage system has changed immensely. There's a new thing called corruption, which has a pretty hefty impact financially. Lots of cool stuff happening.
Corruption is actually it looks like it's one of those mechanics that was put in there as a as a means to keep people from expanding too rapidly. Because this is something I've noticed now in a couple of games I've played with Mare Nostrum, is as you expand, there's a number of things that can aid in corruption. Specifically for me right now, like I have a penalty to religious unity, which is giving me corruption because my whole nation isn't one faith right now. Yep. Also, if you have like overextension, that can add to it. There's several events that can fire that can add to your corruption, as well as the espionage system, the newly reworked espionage system, which is fantastic, which I'm sure you'll see a lot of on my screen in Nemes. That you can actually instill corruption in the administration of an opposing country.
Indeed.
It's very cool stuff. I'm very excited.
Oh, and that's the other thing. I believe mercantilism now causes corruption.
Oh, really?
I'm not 100% on that, but I believe it does. And if it does, that's a big deal because, I mean, honestly, mercantilism was one of those things where it's like, you'd be silly not to do it. So if they change that mechanic, that'll be a big deal. Anyhow.
Well, I definitely look forward to seeing that then, especially for you, since you're Genoa.
Indeed.
And you're supposed to be all about that mercantilism.
You got it.
So have you had a chance to actually look at how to fabricate claims and all that stuff yet? How that works?
I'm familiar with the mechanic, but I've not had a chance to do it yet.
Gotcha. All right, well, I'm ready to unpause whenever you are.
Give me one more second, and I should be ready now.
Sweet. So I already had to...
You want me to unpause, or are you going to unpause?
Oh, you sir. On you. So I already had two... what do you call them? Two national decisions I was able to take up front, which increased my, it lowered my unrest and stuff, so... I'm going to raid the coast now of Cagliari and Palermo. Our fleet raided the coastlines of Cape Bon to get sailors for our fleets and to plunder them for money. I gained 150 sailors and 29 ducats. Nuremberg joined the trade league led by Genoa, as did Lucca, as did Siena. Are you just going out there and getting everyone in your trade league?
I'm kind of wanting to. I've noticed the rival options have changed dramatically. Like, I have a laundry list of people I can rival compared to previous games.
Well, I wonder if that's scaling based off of your trade league power at all.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out who else I want in the trade league. You
nom 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 nom
bastard.
Got your sailors. So, as far as the rating mechanic goes, which I've done I think 2 or 3 times now, I can only do that every 10 years on any one province. So, I'm making a circle around the Mediterranean now, just getting everyone involved in my raiding shenanigans right now. So what you can do, so you're familiar with the Hunt Pirates mission that you can lay down, right?
Yes, I am.
So what that's supposed to do, as I understand it, I haven't tested it out to see if the math actually works out this way. You can reduce the effectiveness of Berber tradition countries and how many sailors and how much loot they take by setting ships to hunt pirates. And I think I can only raid provinces that are 3 sea tiles away from my nearest port.
Yeah, I knew there was a range factor there. I couldn't remember the specifics of it.
I think the furthest I can get, for instance, is the Straits of Gibraltar, but I'm going to test that out here in just a moment. Oh, dang. Someone's already come through here and raided all these provinces. Damn.
Curses.
Well, I'll just go raid the Byzantines then or something. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to start eating up some of these neighbors next to me.
Enjoy.
That's right. There's nothing you can do to stop me.
Boy.
Or I'm going to try anyway.
I get a notification anytime someone joins another trade league. That's kind of fascinating to me. I'm trying to figure out, from a a trade node perspective, what's the best way to go here?
Pertaining to
the trade league. Because, like, the people in the Rhineland, their trade doesn't come anywhere near me.
Oh, so you're trying to figure out who to induct into the trade leagues, what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Well, the Papal State, you know. Of course, I don't know who's in your trade league, actually. I can look.
Papal State can't be in my trade league.
So you've got
not a one
Nuremberg, Lucca, Siena, Frankfurt, and Augsburg.
Yes. The reason I chose some of those guys is they're in the Vienna trade node, which at least pushes down south to a place I might actually ever use it. But we'll see. Unfortunately, I've got this whole... The Genoan... How spread out the Genoans are is kind of annoying. That's an irritating piece to the puzzle.
Oh, yeah, because you got territory up in the Crimea, too.
Oh, yeah. We're everywhere. We're all over the place up in here. Sure, I'll improve with you.
I'm going to go and bump this up to speed, too.
Yep.
Let's see here. Oh, where'd my ships go? There you are. Raid. Raiding so good. This is fun. It's like having Viking mechanics from CK2 inside of EU4. It's fantastic. Oh, whoops! Did I? Oh, okay. They don't care. Oh, so as far as the raiding goes, you can only do it, I think, against other nations that are not of your faith. Which
makes sense.
Right. Because I can't raid other Muslim nations. How far can we get? 1, 2, 3. So I could raid Rhodes and Cyprus if I wanted to. Why don't we go do that? And as far as the effectiveness of it, it is, I think it's the speed of your fleet against the development of the province. So this, like the speed of this fleet I'm using right now, for people that are looking at my screen, I have a speed of 35. Well, as a base speed of 32, then I've got a naval tradition that adds plus 10.7%. So then that total there means I can raid provinces up to development level 35 with this fleet that I have running around right now. And can I get up here, I wonder, into Naxos and some more Genoan territory? Because you got like, this little chain of islands right here on the west side of Anatolia.
Yeah, that's a weird...
Yep, there we go.
Bastard.
That was a very healthy sum I've gotten so far of
oh yeah, the raiding mechanic
sailors.
Is no joke.
That was really nice.
Yeah, the manpower. Uh-oh. Okay. I'm at war.
You're at war. Who are you fighting?
Burgundy, Brabant, Flanders, Holland, and Nevers. Yeah. I'm actually struggling to make money, believe it or not.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You have any pirates in your node? Doesn't look like it.
No.
Aragon has control of your node.
Yeah, it's just a thing. I just don't have a... Hold on. Oh yeah, I'm a republic. I can... Yeah, make my ruler a leader. Who cares? I haven't played a republic. Like I did a lot of what was it? Before they changed it, I did a lot of not republics, the religious kind.
Theocracies?
Yes, thank you.
Monastic orders?
Thank you. Alright, so... Let's do this.
I know that a trade league is absolutely a defensive alliance. So, like, if you're attacked, everyone involved in the trade league is going to come to your defense.
That is correct, sir.
Now, are there any options for you to be able to press that offensively?
No.
No, so it's all purely defensive.
Exactly. Let me go attach. reminds me, I need to see, are these states over here? Yeah, the autonomy over there is only 9.2%, so that must be a state. How do you tell if something's a state?
So if you select the province, then you should have in kind of the top third, so you've got where your buildings are, right? The little tab, there's going to be a tab above it that's going to have a little flag on it.
Yeah.
So that's that one. I'm a little fuzzy on what counts as a state when you conquer it and what doesn't. Because there's some territory, and this is my Brandenburg game I'm playing currently, where there's some territory I would conquer, and it would already be a state, and I wouldn't have to worry about it. And there's the other territory where I try to, I seize it, and then it's like, I'm not a state, I'm a territory, and the autonomy's stuck at 75% until you make it a state. So I don't know what rules govern that. I think it might have something to do with cultural ties, maybe? I'm not 100% on that. I haven't read it. I haven't looked any further into it other than talking to Nemes about it.
Interesting.
I'm going to go after Aures, which is to my south. I rolled the general with a 1 maneuver. That's all he's got.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's no good.
Wait, why am I in that fight? What's going on here?
What?
Oh, I was gonna say, I was in a fight up north, but I had attached myself to like a 18 stack of French troops, and it was just me in the fight. I was like, what in the world just happened?
Yeah, what's going on?
Alright, so...
Yeah. My alliance with the Ottomans I don't think is going to come to fruition.
The Ottomans, yeah, that's hard as Tunis.
Let me see. They might be possible. Let me see about them. Improve relations with the Mamluks. They might be a potential ally.
Good old Mamluks.
Aragon. Let's fabricate a claim on you, Aragon. Like Cagliari, for instance.
So I'm looking at spy network, and because the spy network is 7.98 out of 100, I get a 1.4% siege ability against them and a minus 0.7 aggressive expansion. That to me is the most interesting thing about spy networks, is the reduction on aggressive expansion. Because if you think about it, so in one of my games, I can't remember what, I had like 5 diplomats, and if you can imagine the amount of spy networks you could keep up, you could basically, max out your spy networks in big neighbors that you don't want to hate you, to make sure that they don't coalition up, and that to me is a huge thing.
Let me see here. I want to decommission these forts because I don't. Well, the whole fort I've got, it's down.
Wow, that was really loud.
The Genoese Doge children burst in.
Yes. Sorry about that.
Is that how it's pronounced? Doge?
Doge.
Okay.
Though I don't know that we have Doges, do we? Yeah, we do. We do have Doges.
I know it's a Venetian thing.
Oh yeah, definitely a Venetian thing.
Serene Doge.
Yes, they
Doge Raphael Adorno.
Prestige is fun. Yeah, this religious unity thing's a problem. I've never played Genoa, so I don't know how to handle these overseas things.
Just let the Ottomans or the Commonwealth have it.
The Crimeans are usually the ones I think to take it. Have claims on Theodoro.
What's our situation here? Well, I've actually got okay output. I mean, I'm a 133 leader. I'm doing 466 right now as far as my monarch points are concerned. Is there anything I should worry about, though? I'm at 333 tech. I am Muslim tech, though, and everything's going to cost me 40% more, so I'm going to be behind the tech curve.
Where's my army at? Ugh, getting attrition down pretty hardcore here.
Or is that who are you fighting? You're fighting Burgundy, Nevers, Brabant, Flanders, and Holland. What war is this you're involved in? Defender against Burgundy, the Burgundian conquest of Lyonnais.
Lyonnais, yeah.
Lyonnais. Oh, so you're allied to France then?
Oui, oui.
Ah, you are. It's interesting that those are two different things, where you have your alliances and then you've got your trade league.
And that's the interesting part about it too, right? Because right now I have, there are Nuremberg, Lucca, Siena, Frankfurt, and Augsburg in my trade league, right? So if you think about that, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's 25 to 35,000 troops, basically, between those guys. And then France. So from a defensive perspective, at least on the mainland, that's pretty potent. You know, if you've got a major power like France as an example, plus that many miners, and I still have a relationship slot. I still have 2 relationship slots open.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
so I mean, think about that, right? That's not a minor thing.
well, it isn't, at least from a defensive standpoint. It's certainly not. It's that's kind of a big wall that you're putting up, which that's what I'm running into in my Brandenburg game. Which is that all those one province might, because the Hansa used to be a thing in this game, and then that got broken up, and it was no longer the Hansa. It became like Lubeck and all these other little one province miners up in northern Germany. That has returned in some capacity to the game in the form of this trade league, where these countries can now form these trade leagues and be big, powerful forces amongst themselves, or to themselves rather. It's just a matter of trying to figure out how to dismantle them.
Well,
For me, anyway.
I think the cool part about that is that's a little more historically accurate than the way they've been portrayed up to this point, right? Because whether it's the Hanseatic League or Venice themselves, I mean, when all these other countries were dependent upon the trade for these countries, I mean, they were extremely influential. They weren't large per se from a country perspective geographically, but they wielded a lot of power at that time. Yeah. And so I'm kind of happy that they've made this change, because I feel like now at least there's something, because before, like Venice, right? Venice was just wiped off the map every game. There was just nothing to stop that.
Right.
Now Venice could have, you know, and let's see what they have right now. So right now they have Corfu, Naxos. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong one. Gelre, Utrecht, Oldenburg, Friesland, and Verden, all in their trade league, and they're allied to Savoy. Well, that makes them much more powerful against Austria, right? Now, not that they're necessarily okay, because Austria's allied to England, but that becomes a much more fair fight.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's not just a matter of now I have to eat up all these little one province miners before I get to the meat of the dinner plate that you've got. You know, it's the entire thing from the start of the game now is about, you know, really, you know, plentiful bites of content, which is that's what I was kind of talking about with the game being more fresh. You know, you and I were messaging back and forth a little bit earlier about this. The game feels a little more fresh with a lot of these mechanics added in here.
Oh, I agree 100%. Oh, we're gonna go fight. We're gonna go fight!
Fight.
Oh yeah, I forgot about factions. That's the thing with republics. Merchant republics, that is.
There we go. We'll just do that. Are you guys 100% yet? You are. Perfect. Yes, we will do this. I am attacking Aragon.
Oh wow, look out.
Yeah, I've never ever played as a Muslim nation like this before, so this is very different being on this side of the Mediterranean and being opposed to all these Catholic countries like this. It's very, very different.
Yeah, that's definitely a very different it's a different game style completely.
Yeah, I feel like I have to be a little more aggressive, I think, in the early game because I've got that 40% penalty when it comes to tech.
Okay, so the negative to being at war is you cannot invite anyone to your trade league while you're at war, and that's a bigger deal than I thought it might be. France is threatening our trade. They're blockading our ports. Well, that would be weird because we're an ally with them. Go home, game. You're drunk. My Doge. The Knights joined a trade league by Venice.
Actually, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to go over there instead. Did you want to do this episode a little bit longer than our usual ones?
We can, but I'm okay if we put a cut in.
We'll go 5 more minutes.
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll do a half-hour opening Mare Nostrum episode, multiplayer series. Episode 1 is what we'll do.
Holy Roman Emperor. Getting some weird background noise from you.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of background noise are you getting from me? What does it sound like?
If somebody's like tapping on a table or something. It's very strange.
My foot resting against my desk. I will try to sit still. Maybe I could turn the gain down my mic or something, maybe. We'll fiddle with that after the episode's done.
Yeah. I'm just bored because I'm sieging.
I'll tell you what, it's very, very exciting to see Tunis, playing as Tunis, sieging up with the Mediterranean.
Oh yeah, you're taking the Isle of Sardinia there, aren't you?
I am.
Look out.
Yeah, this is a war for Cagliari, and I've already got it sieged, so I got my war goal already figured out. I'm going to go to Palermo here next, I think, is what I'm going to do. So I'm fighting Aragon and their vassal Naples. Or not, well, not vassal, it's either under PU, I suppose, but vassal, same thing.
Oh, I wish I could convert. Got 4 provinces. I can't convert any of them. It's very irritating.
Is it that like 4 to 1 Sunni, 2 Orthodox, and
I think it's 3 Orthodox and a Sunni. How's your corruption going?
Well, it's currently holding even right now. I think the
0.34.
So there's in order to combat corruption, I mean, you'll get events that'll do that as well, but there will be a root out corruption slider on your economy tab.
Yep.
You can slide that around. Like right now, I am reducing it by 0.08 each year, or I guess 0.09 each year. There's modifiers that go with that, of course.
Thank you.
So, but right now I'm breaking even, so I'm not gaining any, and I'm not taking any away.
I see. Getting a lot of trade protection, Casus Belli. Feel like something's off a little bit. Oh, how's the war going up here? Oh hey, I've almost got Rethel siege down. That's fun.
There you go.
Trying to get a little bit of participation in here. I'm at 12%. That's not horrible considering.
So here's something I should consider, I suppose, before I press too much further in this war here, is that if I eliminate Aragon, what will that do for the raiding opportunities I have in the Mediterranean? It'll extend them. I could probably get to Venice at that point. 1, 2. I can't get that far, even if I take this. But like if I take all of the, if I take like Corsica and Sicily, for instance, will that be detrimental?
I see. In what regard? Detrimental?
Well, because it reduces my raiding opportunities at that point. Because I take all that territory and I convert it to Sunni, that's that much territory now I can't raid anymore for sailors.
But doesn't that extend your? Does that extend your raiding range?
It would in the direction that I conquer territory, absolutely.
Right.
So so for example, I can already reach Genoa though. Taking Corsica doesn't extend my range anywhere in the Mediterranean I couldn't get already. Taking Sardinia, however, or no, excuse me, Sicily, would extend my range a little further into like the Adriatic Sea. Like I couldn't quite get to the Gulf of Venice, but I could get to the Adriatic Sea, which is like just right there in the middle of the east side of the boot of Italy. Like I could get there, for instance, but
I see.
So yeah, things to consider. Because it's not like I'm over here swimming in like economically awesome land or anything like that.
Here's a question: does the spy network have a decay rate? Do you know?
Yes, it does. It ticks every month. From what I observed, it looks like it was 1 every month when I was playing my Brandenburg game. I don't know what modifiers are associated with it though.
I see.
So those are things to consider.
I'm at 35.24. We'll see what I am after the end of the month.
Gotcha. Well, we'll have to probably pick that up in the next episode then is what we'll do. Well, I'm already having a lot of fun just as Tunis.
Yeah, I haven't done anything, but I feel like I'm doing things. That's kind of cool.
Well, that's just with all the new features. We're trying to check them out and see what it is. It's the new toy. We've got this new toy. We got to play with it. That's what we got to do. That's what's going on. So we'll catch you guys in the next episode. If you're enjoying the series so far, please like and subscribe. It helps out a great deal with both the channels. And we'll catch you guys later.
See ya.